Yes, boys, what we're saying. Just finished pre-workout meal. Usual. Chicken, pineapple, cinnamon, salt, creamy rice, banana, more cinnamon, more salt, and almond and coconut butter. Bad boy pre-workout. So Monday today, we've got pull. So the way we run it, first exercise, after I've done my little walk and abs, first exercise, we do bicep curl. We're going to do a single arm on the preacher machine today. Then we're going to back, which is not affected by the bicep. The bicep exercise first shouldn't affect your back workout, especially if it's like an isolation, like a machine, where you're not really going to blow up your forearms. Shouldn't really cause an issue. First back exercise, we're going to do a seated cable row on the Cybex machine. Then we're going to do, on the same machine, we're going to do a single arm pull down. Then we're going to go over to the prime upper back row, the plated row, double arm. Then we're going to do a single arm on that. Then we're going to do another bicep exercise, I think a single arm cable, and then we're going to finish on some rear delts. So yeah, it's 3 o'clock today, so it's a lot later than usual than I like to train. Bit delayed this morning. I booked in with Essin at the blood clinic. Code Tom10 for discount. So obviously I've been going on Thursdays to get my IV drip. I get like a big, I think I'll be getting 1500 glutathione, and then it's like there's loads of stuff. What I think I'm going to do is, I think on Thursday when I go, I'm going to vlog it and ask him to tell you guys exactly what's in it. But I think that, yeah, I'll go on Thursdays to get my big shot of glutathione, which is sort of like an massive antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. It just helps reduce stress to the body, primarily the liver, I believe. But yeah, I'll get Essin to go into detail on Thursday, but just give it a Google or ask Grok. I use Grok, or you can use ChatGPT, but it's a good one. And I think what we're going to do is this week, we're going to up the dose of glutathione. I think we're going to up it to 2,000 and just get a bit more in. But yeah, so I went this morning because Cuba asked me to get my bloods done next week, but next week we are in Italy. So I thought, we've got 2 more weeks of this like recovery phase, if that's what you want to call it, where we're just running 400 tests, 100 primo, and 7.5 IU growth on a night. Yeah, 2 more weeks left of this phase, and I thought, well, I could wait till after Italy and get it done, but then I thought, you know what, I might as well get it done ASAP. And then I will get it done again in 2 weeks' time when I come back from Italy as well, just so that we can sort of see the direction that everything's going. I did have my bloods done 4 or 5 weeks ago. Must be 5 weeks ago now, or maybe 6, when I was like 2 or 3 weeks out. So we've still got a reference point to see what direction everything's moving in. I expect everything to be moving in the right direction, but I don't think I'll be where I need to be to start pushing yet. Simply just because of a time thing. Like it's only been just over 3 weeks since we've been on stage. Like we're only about 2 kilos heavier, maybe a little bit more, maybe 3. Yeah, just under 3, I think. Yeah, so body fat's still super low, glutes and hamstrings and lower back and everything. Still no fat on them. I could compete this upcoming weekend if I wanted to, and still be in better shape, I think, than a lot of people that compete. But yeah, so but that being said, my sleep's really good, and usually, so it is a bit healthier to get your body fat up a little bit, but how much you need to get it up will determine, like, in order to recover, it's very individual, really. If you're always sort of like a bit of a fatty and you only really got into shape like the last few weeks of prep, or you just dialed it in at the last minute and you had to push down, then you might need to be a bit of a higher body fat in order to recover. Just because your body wants homeostasis, your body wants to get to a position where it feels comfortable, where all the sort of like negatives of prep, in terms of like your sleep, your recovery, are sort of where they want to be. But like I said, that being said, my glutes were in at like 7 weeks out maybe. So I've been in shape for a while, and my sleep never really got too bad, and now my sleep is probably the best it's been, like literally the best it's been in as long as I can remember, 10 years maybe. Like, it's like very good. Like, I wake up for a piss, but I never wake up sort of like for no reason. When I lie in bed, within 10-15 minutes max, I'm fast asleep, and I'm getting a good like 7-8 hours. But yeah, sleep's good, and I do find sleep is one of the best sort of like feedback methods that you can use to see if you're sort of like recovering or not. For some people anyway. But yeah, for me, like, I find if I am overdoing it, like if I'm burning candle at both ends, if like I'm training too much or just not recovering, my sleep goes to shit. And that's why obviously, especially towards the back end of prep, most people's sleep does sort of like diminish. But yeah, so we'll see anyway. We'll see what the blood results show. I think everything will be moving in the right direction, but again, just because it's only been 3 weeks post show, I don't think I'll be quite where I need to be yet. But it's good to get my bloods done, just to sort of like make sure everything is moving in the right direction, make sure there's no cause for concern. Yeah, like I said, one of the best things ever I've done is working with Essin at the blood clinic. Like, they look after me, they look after all my clients. Yeah, so if you need anything, check them out on Instagram. It's at Yorkshire Blood Clinic. Yeah, and drop them a message, or if you book on the thing, use code Tom10 and it'll give you a bit of money off. But yeah, sick, really good. Right, so what I've been thinking about these last sort of like, not few days, but just like realising the importance. I kind of noticed it in prep, really. Realising the importance of like having like a mission or like an objective or like goals. And I don't think that's just the bodybuilder in me. I think that's like, as a man, you need a mission, man. You need purpose. I think without purpose, it's just, you can end up getting lost. Like, you need purpose in what you do. You need purpose in like purpose for sort of like the struggle or anything that you're doing which is deemed as like hard. You need purpose, man. It's like if you had a job and it didn't pay any money, but it was hard work. It's like you didn't enjoy it. There's no real purpose for that struggle. Whereas if you have a job and it's hard and it's paying the bills and whatever, even if you don't pay a lot of money, but as long as it's sort of like getting you where you need to be, it does help give you purpose. But yeah, and the same applies to like your bodybuilding. And like I find that with myself and clients, you need to constantly be like setting goals and thinking about goals. And yeah, and like so at the moment, obviously, as we know, as long-term goal, we're trying to get that pro card. No, it's almost just like a challenge, but it feels very fulfilling because I enjoy what I do, and I just love doing what I do, man, and I love seeing the progress. And I think that's why, like getting on stage, yeah, I enjoy getting on stage, but I just love like the progress and the actual process of it. Like, I know it sounds a bit gay, but when people talk about the journey and the destination and all that, and when you actually enjoy the journey and you're locked into the journey, you don't even really think too much about the destination, and I think it becomes a lot easier. Whereas I know a lot of guys who compete and they're fixated on the destination and they don't enjoy the journey, and it shows in the physique, man. It shows on stage. It shows in the progress that they make, or the lack of progress that they make. Like, I know guys that they just switch on for like them 4 months pre-show, and then the rest of the year there's just sort of like yo-yo dieting, and nothing happens, man. Nothing happens. They might make tiny bits of progress each year, but yeah, nothing happens. But yeah, that's obviously, my long-term goal. But like short-term goals, like I was thinking about this, and I realised that like I do actually set them sort of subconsciously. So like at the moment, I'm just trying to be as close to 100% with everything I do that I can, because I know full well that I don't want to be really putting on much fat in this current stage what I'm at. I think from my stage weight, Cuba were like, right, we don't want to, up until when we start pushing, so this sort of like I say, this recovery phase, I think he planned it for about 5 weeks maybe. He wanted it to last about 5 weeks, 6 weeks max, and he basically said, we don't really want to get up from your stage weight more than like 3 or 4 kilos. Like, the tighter we can stay, the better you'll respond when we start putting stuff in, and obviously the healthier you'll be as well, because that's another thing. My blood pressure is the best it's ever been. Like, my readings have been consistently like between 110 and 120 over like 70. That's crazy. Like, if you're 35-year-old, you're training as hard as you can all the time, you'd expect it to be higher. But yeah, and I do think a lot of that, as well as down to all the health supplements and all the extra things that I do, I do believe it's the nutrition plays a big part in it, like a massive part in it. Like, I don't think I've ever eaten as much fruit as I've eaten in my life. Like, every day I bet I'm having at least half a kilo of fruit, at least. Yeah, I'm having like fruit, veg, a variety of protein sources. Like at the moment I'm doing egg whites, whole eggs, 3% beef mince, or like a fillet steak. I'm doing chicken breast, and I'll do the occasional isolate. But yeah, the majority of my protein, I have like two egg and egg white meals, 2 chicken meals, 1 beef, 1 whey isolate. And then my fats are all pretty much from almond butter and eggs, main source of fats. And then each day I'm having, like, fruit wise, doing like blueberries, apples, pineapple, banana, different berries. Yeah, like I said, we're having at least half a kilo a day of them. And digestion's never been better. This is actually the best I've ever felt in my life, or as long as I can remember. But yeah, the only thing what I notice why I think that I haven't fully recovered yet is 3 weeks is fast, especially when your body fat's super low. But my recovery, this past week it's been really good. But last week I'd like get towards the end of a session and it would feel a bit like I were in prep. But then I don't know whether that's just because my body fat's low, or my body, or it could be, like I said, because I'm still like fatigued, still not at a point where everything's sort of like recovered and like firing on all cylinders. But just a matter of time. So yeah, at the moment, the goal each week is to be as close to 100% as I can. And I think since in the last 3 weeks, which most people rebound, again, we didn't use any diuretics, we didn't really pull water at all. I've not had a day since my show last year. Well, even then, we never went under. We've never gone under 5. We've not gone under 5 litres of water. We've never really fully restricted carbs. Like obviously on his non-training days, carbs might have been like 200, maybe lowest, or maybe 300. But yeah, so no rebounds yet. We've been consistent with sodium, never pulled sodium, and yeah, probably I think we're about, like I said, just under 3 kilo up from stage weight. And like I said, if we've got a cap of like 4 that we want to stay under, we've got another 2 weeks, then we've pretty much done it, haven't we? And I've been enjoying all my meals. I've been having plenty of variety. I've been quite flexible. Like I said, some days I've been making burgers. I mix up quite a lot of my meals, just like using the macros that I have to play with. And then obviously in the gym now, one thing I have noticed this week, which in the first week it wasn't like this at all after show. So this past week I've noticed that, so I've not always been going to failure, and I'd say on 80% of exercises I've been beating the amount of reps or moving more weight than I have done in the previous sessions. So we're making progress, and everything feels good. Yeah, man. This is where we want to be. This is where we love it. Right, I'm at the gym now. I'm gonna get parked up. What this fucking guy's doing? What's this guy doing here? I'm gonna get parked up, and then I'll see you on the bicep curl machine. First exercise, bicep curl machine, yeah? Single arm. So what we want on this, we want 2 sets of 8 to 10. Last week on this weight that we're going to do, we managed 2 sets of 10. But with everything, especially biceps, it's such a small muscle group, before progressing the load, we'll see if we can progress the form. See if we can get more control, see if we can get a better contraction. Yeah, I've done one little warm-up set on about 60% of the weight. Just did 5 reps each time, just to get the joints warmed up, just to get my arms just used to the movement pattern. Right. Ideally, like I said, 8 to 10. Quality over everything. Perfect. If you wonder what that is, but if you can see it, it's The Spider-Man sticker from Blood Clinic this morning. Another reason to go. Got Hulk last time. Must have looked a bit skinny. Must have looked a bit on the skinny side today. Right, left arm. Perfect 10, perfect 10. I could have tried for 11. I don't think I'd have got a good rep. And again, with that quality, if I went heavier, I'm not getting 10. So we'll stay on that, we'll milk it until I get to a point where I'm getting 11 without even trying. Could be weeks, could be a couple of months, but as long as the quality is there and we're trying to progress it one way or another, whether, like I said, quality of the rep, the amount of reps or the load, these bad boys will grow. These little pea shooters. Yeah, so at the moment, for those of you that are new to the channel, we train biceps 3 times a week, but in the sessions we keep volume low. So twice a week we do 4 working sets. That's Mondays and Fridays, and then on Wednesdays we just do 2 working sets. Biceps on those days. So Monday is pull, so back and biceps. We do 1 bicep exercise at the beginning of the session and 1 bicep exercise at the end. Wednesdays we do legs with biceps. We do 1 bicep exercise at the beginning, just 2 working sets, and then Friday we do arms, delts and chest. Because chest is a strong point and we really want to focus on bringing up arms, we do arms first. So we do bicep, tricep, tricep, 2 working sets per exercise. And again, before, so if you're trying to bring up a muscle group or a body part that's sort of like weak, or whether you just want to bring it up in general, like I would say my biceps are super weak, but we do believe that bigger biceps, bigger arms changes the body, man. It makes your waist look smaller, it gives you more of an X-frame. You can't get too big arms. You can't get too big arms. But yeah, so if you want to bring up a weak body part, do it at the beginning of the session, or like today, because we want to bring back up as well, at least do one of the exercises, one of the body parts that's weak at the beginning of the session. Focus on quality over everything, and then when you get to a point where you sort of like maxed out with volume in that session, so for me, 4 working sets in a session is enough. If I start doing like 5, 6, 7 working sets on like a small muscle group like bicep, I start getting tendinitis, man. So what we find is if I can spread that volume across the week, it just yields better results. It yields better results. My biceps have grown significantly over the last 12 months, and this is what we've been doing pretty much. Right, let's get another set on that. See if we can get 10 again. Oh yeah, 11. Oh, bad boy this machine. So we do single arm, because I find that maybe not so with chest or legs or maybe delts even, but arms, hamstrings, I find that, and back, I find that if you're using single arm, you can genuinely lock in more to the movement and isolate it more. Not with all parts of your back, but for example your lats, I feel like you can really lock yourself into the machine using your other hand and really isolate your lats. Biceps, triceps, hamstring, same. But obviously the double arm stuff's just as important. The pump is real, man. The pump is real. That's pitbull pump, that from Guess Part 10. That's skin splitting pumps. But yeah, the more you can isolate a muscle, the more you can target it, the more accurate you can be when you're training a body part and training that specific muscle. The more you'll get out of it, the faster it'll grow, the better it'll grow. Single arm row, nice and simple on these. So find a position with your body where you can lock in the most, where you've got the most control, and where you can isolate the lat the most. Stretch and squeeze. Obviously, when you stretch, make sure you don't overstretch. So make sure wherever you stretch to, you've still got tension on the lat. And then I like to get a 2-second squeeze on these if I can. Right. 2 sets of 8 to 10. As it's quite demanding, we'll make sure we have a good 2-minute rest in between each arm. Yeah, I said it before, I didn't used to rate the single arm stuff, man. But what I found is, the more I've done it, like with anything, the better I've got at it. The better it feels, the more I can isolate what needs to isolate. And then my back's definitely growing as well, which is what it's all about. Shit. Shit. Pretty much same thing again, but we're pulling down now. Again, trying to isolate those lats, hitting them from every angle. Eight to 10. Let's go. Oh, 12. Instead of going every day, we'll stay on that. Little rest, overarm. That's it. With these again, we want 2 sets of 8 to 10. So last week on this weight, we got 2 sets of 9. They were like 8.5. Yeah, because I managed to get like a good squeeze on 8, and then the 9th couldn't quite get it. As always on the prime stuff, where you can load the different arms, you do want the majority on the top peg, which is the beginning range. That's genuinely the sort of like the easiest part of the movements. That's what you want to make the heaviest. And then obviously the hardest bit, the contraction, the lightest. So on this, it's still quality over everything, not really chasing reps. Ideally though, I want to get at least 8. That 10 front I couldn't quite squeeze as hard as I could on the others, but I still class it as a rep. I don't feel like I'd have been able to get another. Right, I'm gonna have about 3-minute rest, because that felt quite taxing. We're gonna go same again on this, but that's progress. That's progress. Second set, same again. At least 8 quality reps. Yeah. One of my Polish brethrens. Oh, yeah. Now that one 9.5. That one 9.5. Couldn't get 10, let alone another. Ooh. Right. So next, we're gonna do this again. But what we're gonna do a single arm. But instead of 80% of the load on the top, we're gonna put 90% of the load on the top. But obviously, we're gonna half the weight. I know I said it before, but when you're doing this, especially when you do a single arm, when you're pulling up the lever, when you're pulling up the handle at the beginning, grab it with 2 arms. I nearly fucking found my bicep then. Oh yeah, sick. So today we've gone 5 kilo heavier on the top and we've got an extra rep. We love the progress, man. Stretch out these lats and then biceps.
after we've smashed lats and back, before we go into biceps, we're going to do a hanging DC stretch. Obviously, after back training, it'll provide some spinal decompression from the stretch, rehydrate the discs, obviously good for flexibility, but main thing, stretching after we've trained the back will help relax and lengthen the muscles and the connective tissue, the fascia, improves blood flow, which is obviously going to help with recovery and nutrient delivery to the muscles. I didn't read that. I already knew it. Right. I'm going to use my straps now so my hands don't give way. I'm just going to count about 30 seconds in my head. So if you can as well, try and flare the lats, don't just fully hang. Try and activate the lats a little bit. So the difference is full hang, activate lats. That'll do. Your fucking plaster's sweated off. But how bad boy is that for a plaster? Right. Unfortunately, because we're at the gym a later time than usual, all the cables are taken, apart from this Cybex machine. So what we're going to do, single arm, facing away from the stack. Bicep curl, yeah, nice and simple, nice and simple. But what we're going to do instead, so with every cloud there's a silver lining and all that. You can do both arms at the same time, but obviously individually. So I sort of guesstimated the weight. We want 2 sets of 10 to 15 on these. A little bit too heavy that, but I got 10. I got 10. I wouldn't have been able to get 11. Right. So a nice big rest. I'm going to go 2 lighter. I want to get close to 15. Right, with these now, so I've got 2 lighter. I expect to get close to 15. Again, biceps, quality over everything. We don't need to chase load or weight. Load or reps, quality over everything. And if we get more reps, or we have to go heavier, bonus. Right, let's go. So again, we're focusing on the bottom half, so we're focusing on the steps on these. So we want to make sure that we're always keeping tension on the bottom, and we want to keep the elbow to shoulder position the same. So we don't need to bring wrist as high up. So on that we went 2 lighter and we only got 2 reps more. That just shows that it were a better set. So next week when we do this, that's the weight that we'll start on. Perfect, that. Arms feel fucking mega pumped. Mega pumped. Right. Finish off with a rear delt exercise. And then we'll go see what the pump's saying. Rear delt flies. In program it just says 1 set of these. We'll see how they feel, we might do 2. Last week we got 170 for 14. Really we want to be failing in that 10 to 12 zone. So I've put the weight up 1. Let's get the quality first on this before we try and go heavy. Let's see what we can get. Like I said, ideally we want to fail between 10 to 12. Chin down. Let's isolate those rear delts. Twelve and a half. We'll do a little rest and we'll do another set on that. That felt good, that. Let's do some hypers, man. Let's hit some low back. Right, so with these now, we don't want this too low. Otherwise, it's going to get a bit too much hamstrings. And obviously, we only hit hamstrings 2 days ago. No weight back, but hamstrings one of those where it can get tight, real tight, especially if you're not careful. It will get a bit of hamstrings, but let's try and get back. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So this is one of them where even though it's a bodyweight exercise, I think it's super effective. Super effective. This is what's going to help develop that detail on that Christmas tree. Obviously, it's your rows what are going to sort of create the Christmas tree, like the line around it, but that detail in it, this is definitely going to help, as well as bringing that low body fat. But yeah, that Christmas tree needs to be dug out on stage, always, always. And as well as that, it's just good to isolate every muscle, I think. Good to make sure you're hitting every muscle properly. Not only for balance, but for obviously like health, spinal health. Yeah, overall, stronger body. Never neglect training body parts. Weak things break. And I know I've got a slip disc, and my discs are a bit funky, and every now and again they do flare up. But making sure I keep lower back stuff in is vital, man. Vital. And I've noticed when I don't do it, if I don't train lower back, if I don't train abs, my back flares up more. The more I train it, as long as I'm careful, the better. Last set. Let's go check the pump. Another epic session. So on them hypers, I did 20 out first set and just 10 out second. But slowing them down, man. So much difference. So much difference. Just shows how important quality is. Felt like I could go all day doing them fast ones. And shit reps. Right. Oh. Lean today, man. See what the back pump's saying. Do that back one again. Six session, man. Six session. Right, let's get in the car, get fucking post-workout meal down, have a nice chilled journey home. The chest, man. Nice chilled journey home. Ooh, half 5. I was calling it Aldi, probably home for half 6. Free meals to eat. We're having first one at 7, half 8, 10, maybe half 10. Not ideal, guys, not ideal. This is why you should get your meals in early if you can. You should prep your meals. And today, I'm not doing either. Like I said, bit of a spanner, it works. Went to see Essen. I was booked in for 9:30, sort of earliest they could do. But we had the kitchen fitter booked in today. We didn't know what time we were going to come. We thought, I'd be coming between 8 and 9. He rang Emma, he goes, I'll be there for just after 9. And then Emma dropped it on me, Charlotte's swimming lessons on Monday. So she left house at half 8, so I thought, fuck. I made her be in Halifax for 9:30. Anyway, so I thought, right, I'll wait for him when he's here. I'll set off straight away. It takes about 25 minutes to Halifax, might be a little bit late. He didn't get to mine till 9:30, did he? So, got to Halifax for like 10. Had bloods done about 10:30, 11 by the time I got out. First meal. I was doing check-ins in and amongst that. Got home, did more check-ins. Managed to have my pre-workout meal, come here. And here we are. What a shit show. Nah, I'm happy with today. But an epic session. Beat some more numbers. The logbook is moving. And we're making progress. We'll probably get bloods back in about 2-3 days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after actually. And we'll see what they're saying. I don't think I'll be recovered. I think everything will be moving in the right direction. But we'll need another couple of weeks. Right. Let's go see what we've got for post-workout. Bad boy session. If you're still watching this, you've made it to the end of another one. You must be enjoying yourselves. Currently, we are halfway through a podcast with a coach called Hyacinth. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Hyacinth Nasir. He coaches, not Brian. He coaches the other black guy that he won the Arnold Classic this year, and he won the New York Pro to beat. Who did he beat? Where did the Arnold Classic? He won the New York Pro to beat Josema Beast. Terence Ruffin. That's who he coaches. He coached that girl as well, who the guy who films Nick Walker, his missus, who now is getting coached by Carl Wilkes. Can't even think of her name. With short hair, short black hair. She looks sick. But yeah, she don't work with him no more. So for whatever reason, I think they mentioned the reason. But I think there was something that she didn't like. But yeah, he's sort of like, he specialises in. I think he's got a lot of girls, got a lot of physique guys in the classic guys, and he has some 2-1-2 guys, obviously some open guys. I think a guy that I used to work with called George. You find him on my Instagram, George Johnson. I think he started working with him. I'll have to ask him how he's getting on and how he's finding it. Obviously, he's a good coach. But yeah, I'm watching a podcast with him. He's being interviewed by Niall on Transparent podcast. I can't even think of what Niall's last name is. I think he's Filipino or something of that nature. He's definitely not Thai. I think he's Filipino. But yeah, enjoying that. We all love it, man. We love the bodybuilding. Deep into it at the moment. Deep into it. Right, what day we're on? Monday. So tomorrow we've got chest. Chest and triceps delts. Wednesday, biceps, legs. Thursday, rest. Friday, arms, delts, chest. And then Saturday,
So Saturday we're actually travelling out, we're flying. So we're flying, we need to be at the airport at about 8 o'clock in the morning. I won't have time to train before. I think we'll land in Milan at about 1:30. Probably get out the airport 2:30. Then we need to do a bit. We need to call a supermarket, do a food shop, check in at his apartment, and I think that'll be like 4:30, 5 maybe, maybe a bit after. I think we're staying about an hour away from the airport. Yeah, I think we're about an hour out from Milan, to be fair. Where I've booked, so what I thought is, right, I don't want to be further away than 30 minutes to a good gym, 40 minutes. But what I thought is, well, for the main thing, I thought, right, location, I thought, I don't mind driving to the venue, even if it's like an hour, but it's not, it's about 20-30 minutes from where I'm staying. But I thought to myself, right, I want to stay somewhere where it's sort of like, where it's going to be good for walking, for doing my steps. Because obviously I'll be doing a good hour and a half of steps a day. I could stay in the city, obviously I've been in Milan before, so I thought, right, we're staying near a lake. I can't remember what the lake's called. It's not Como, it's not Garda. It's a bit south of Como. But yeah, we might even drive up to Como for one of the days, you know. Like, why the fuck not? When in Milan. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, man. Excited. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'd share it on my phone now, but obviously this is filming on my phone. But yeah, we're looking back at some pictures from last year of my back and how much progress I've made, man. And there's pictures of where I'm in the same condition I am now, maybe better condition now. And I was 195 pounds. And now I'm about 220. The picture's ridiculous, man. If you, I'll put my Instagram at the bottom of this so you can see it on the screen. But if you're watching this, check my Instagram and go check out that post and let us know what you think. And like I said, sleep's better, health's better, blood work's better. You can't define happiness, but I'd say I'm happier, I'm more driven. Like, life is good, man. Life is good, and that's apart from the more muscle, less body fat. Yeah, man. Right, we're gonna get this in. I'm not making the mistake of pouring it in too soon. I'm gonna pour it in just before I drive it, and then, like I said, I'm gonna get home, call it Alda, listen to this podcast on where, and then get the meals in. I think Emma's off to her gym class tonight, so I'm going to watch Charlotte. Yeah, might put her to bed, and then when Emma's back, I'm going to go on a little walk, finish off podcast. Yeah, life is good. If any of you have got any questions that you want me to answer on the next one, fire away. Like I said, tomorrow we've got chest and triceps and a little bit of delts. But yeah, life is good. Set fucking goals and chase the fuck after them like a man on a mission. Yeah, trust me, you'll feel so much better for doing it. There's nothing better than having a purpose and chasing goals as a man. Don't know what I'm not a woman, so I can't relate, but chasing goals as a man is the best thing you'll ever fucking do.